Hey everybody, Marcus C. Williams here. So this is Christmas, right? And what has the government done? Internationally, we've got a government being toppled in Syria, and the United States is funding HTS or HST, whatever they call it, it doesn't matter. They're part of Al Qaeda and they used to be part of ISIS, and the United States government is funding them, right? So that's happening. We still got what's going on in Ukraine going on, and Ukraine or somebody, we don't know it was Ukraine, but somebody just blew up a Russian general who, in Moscow by the way, who was the one that was exposing all of the horrors at the biolabs that the US was funding in Ukraine, which we have over 30 biolabs over there, which the Department of Defense actually came out and admitted, okay, which they scrambled to clean up before the warfare started over there. But we can't talk about that. And we've got drones flying over New Jersey and New York and stuff like that. And the question is, where are these drones coming from? Joe Biden said, well, we know whose drones they are and they're okay, they're absolutely fine. And some of them were doing something and other people wanted to get in on it too. And what are you talking about, Joe? Please do tell us what's going on. But regardless of what's going on, it's very clear that the government knows, and now the government, the Department of Defense is saying, don't shine lights at them or don't shine lasers at them and don't shoot them down. Why? Why? You won't tell us what they are. As far as I'm concerned, they're a threat. Shoot every single one of them down. Okay? Really, we shouldn't be shooting them down. We should be setting up stuff with nets to catch them and figure out what exactly is going on. And if you think that the United States government is letting drones just fly over our country and not doing anything about it, come on now, don't be serious. Come on now. Come on now. The government is setting us up for something. We don't know what it is, but they're up to no good because the government always up to no good. Whatever they can do to use something to expand their power and not tell the American citizens and then put the American citizens into fear, that's what they'll do. That's why now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, it might be a dirty bomb is somewhere being hidden and the drones might be looking for the dirty bomb. Come on now, whose face you playing it? If there is a dirty bomb, it's being run by the government, and it'll be the government that's up to no good. Remember, you guys, I know a lot of you don't know this, but the FBI was caught being the ones that actually provided the explosives to the terrorists in, I believe it was 94 or 95, when they blew up the World Trade Centers the first time. Go look it up. So they didn't collapse completely, but they set off a bomb in front of them. Go look it up at the base of it. So that's a real thing. But we all know the history of the American government. Not so good when it comes to the government itself. The people, we're awesome. Our country, we're awesome. The government, real shady. Okay, shrink the government. But the fact of the matter is, here we are at the end of the year, going into a new year. We've got a continuing resolution for extending government spending and raising the debt ceiling just more and more and more, impoverishing Americans more and more, because all that's going to do is devalue our currency and make things cost more. What is going on? What I am glad to see and I am very thankful for is there are many Americans that are in political positions that are starting to actually stand up and push to shrink the government, push for things like abolishing income tax and state income tax, and are pushing for better spending in the government. And that's what we need. Here locally in Rochester, everything's tits up. Okay, the city budget, the county budget, it's all a bunch of nonsense that nobody read through and nobody knows how any of the money is going to be spent, which is a very serious conversation that needs to be had, which nobody wants to have. But it is where we are. So the question is how do we move forward for this new year? How do we move forward? Well, on the local level, we have city council and the mayor and school board is coming up. So we've got that to look forward to work on getting some good candidates together to run to get these people out of office and to try to restore some semblance of, well, reality to our elected offices here locally. But we also have Donald Trump coming into the presidency, which, Lord bless, should be something very positive for our whole country. I know some of you don't like Trump so much or whatever the case is. It's whatever, right? Like, nobody's gonna like everybody all the time, but there are a few people that are pretty deranged about Donald Trump, and it's really concerning, right? Like, I don't like Biden, I didn't like Obama, I didn't like George Bush, his son, but nobody's like the way that they are about Trump about it. It's weird, y'all, something wrong, something ain't right. But regardless of whether you like him or not, he's running on a mandate from the people to shrink the government, to pull back government spending, and to revitalize, restore, and renew our nation. And I sincerely hope that he's able to do that and pushes forward to make that happen, and it's very successful. He's given people hope, and that's what people need. And let's hope that that hope actually takes off and is encouraging. We just saw today more crazy stuff from the government, where now all of a sudden, magically, out of nowhere, the bird flu is now in cows, and the cows are putting the bird flu in the people, and we've got a person that's in a hospital for a severe case of the bird flu. Listen, if y'all don't stop that nonsense and get that bull jive out my daggone face, stop playing with these viruses like y'all was doing in the biolabs in Ukraine, okay? Ain't nobody stupid, okay? It's called bird flu, avian flu. Cows don't catch bird flu, okay? Or you'll say, well, Marcus, now cows catch bird flu. Yeah, because they was messing with it, okay? People don't catch, what would you call that, bovine flu? That's not a real thing. They manipulated the genetics of these genomes for these different viruses so that it can transfer to other people, if it even exists at all. I don't even know. I don't trust the government so much, I don't believe a word that they say. The only one thing I know for sure all the time is that they're generally up to no good, and almost every single thing that they say is a lie. Okay? But it's neither here nor there. This is to instill fear right at the last hour before Trump ascends to the presidency. We see that with these drones, and we see that with them poking at Iran, trying to start a war with Iran at the last minute. It's absolutely terrifying, and everybody should be concerned. But it goes to show you how the government doesn't really care about you, and they'll just play in your face and keep you guessing about anything else that'll be the next big thing to scare you so that you can empower the government with more power. Here in Rochester, they just put up all of these cameras in different parts of the area because they want to make sure that they're scanning everybody's license plates all the time. We don't need to expand the surveillance state. There's too much of that going on right now. Do you know that the government is also using facial recognition in public spaces in Rochester right now and in Monroe County and the surrounding area? That should be outlawed. That should be illegal. But this is going on. The continued expansion of the government, the continued expansion of the surveillance state, and this isn't good for anybody. Who does this benefit? Just the government. And I'm very big on supporting the police and putting criminals in jail and deporting people and all of that. I'm very big on all of that. But more so than that, I'm big on protecting our citizens, first and foremost, from an oppressive, repressive government that continues to get more bloated, okay, and more, I guess you would say, even cantankerous, right? Like, cantankerous means like aggressive and wanting to fight and stuff like that, because they wanted to fight us. They wanted to crush us. Not just other countries across the world. They had us, the American citizens. And now they're pushing this new digital ID in New York State. Yeah, get your digital ID. It's good, it's convenient, it's easy. Why are you giving up your security and freedoms for, why are you giving up your freedom for some temporary security and something somebody telling you is a convenience? Bro, I'm not giving up no liberties for no convenience. Get out my face. What are we doing here? And why are people letting it go? You know why people are letting it go, you guys? Because people don't know that they should be concerned about it. Nobody out here is telling them that they should be concerned about these things, that they should be concerned about the government continuing stripping away power from them as individuals, like we see them doing with the parental rights in New York State, which is a whole nother separate conversation. But if we are going to go into this new year together, we must stand together and push back against the creep of government in our everyday life. We must stand up and push back against horrible spending practices that are creating more burdens for us as citizens. We need to stand up and push back against our local governments doing things that are really inhibiting our businesses to grow, our people to be safe, and just general quality of life. And we need to make sure that when it comes to government surveillance, we're pushing back against that as well. We are the only ones that are going to be here to fight for ourselves and to stand up and to speak up. Nobody's coming to save us. We are it. We are the remnant. We are the ones that must fight. We are the ones that must stand, and they continue to do whatever they can to divide us, whether it's sexual orientation, race, creed, gender, whatever. It is what it is. They're going to do whatever they can to divide us. Now they're pushing the socioeconomic or class nonsense, when really the government is trying to crush us all. And that's why I always encourage everybody. Stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action. You guys, be blessed and be well. I'll catch you later. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and follow my page. And if not, follow me on YouTube, the Marcus C. Williams channel. You guys have a great one.